Hey guys, let's solve a quadratic equation by using a quadratic formula. So quadratic formula looks like this. X equals negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Our a, b, and c here come from the standard form of the quadratic equation, which goes like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c, in which a is the coefficient on x squared, b is coefficient on x, and then c is the constant. So standard form requires us to order our terms from highest degree to the lowest degree, so in descending order, right? So we have the squared term, then linear term, then the constant, right? So, and this is a good way to set up our problem, to have everything on one side equal to 0 to the other, and then once we order them in descending order by the degree, then we would have our A, B, and C correctly. We don't have to do it, but it's a good thing to actually get used to. So in our problem right here, x squared minus 12 equal to 4x, the first thing we would have to do is make sure that this is in standard form. So x squared is by itself. I mean, x squared is the first term already, so that's good. Now we need to move this 4x to the other side and put it as our next term, second term. So if we move 4x to the other side, it becomes negative 4x. And then we have minus 12, which is our constant. And then since we moved 4x to the other side, this is 0. So now we have our square term, linear term, and the constant term, which means we have it in standard form. If we do, then I would recommend that we write down our A, B, and C, our coefficients, so we can use them later on. So A is the coefficient on x squared, which means whatever we have here in front of x squared multiplying it. In this case, there is nothing there, which means we have 1, because we can always say 1 times x squared, right? And then B is negative 4 right here. And then C is negative 12. Now we have everything ready, we just need to use our formula. And the formula says our x's will be equal to negative. And that negative comes from here. This is part of the formula, right? So we always have that negative there. And then instead of b, we put what the b is equal to, which is negative 4 in this case. Okay, and then we have our plus minus. We have the square root. And now we have b squared that goes first. So it's negative 4. And then it's squared. But we need to make sure we put it inside parentheses, because if we don't, then we are not squaring the negative 4, we're just squaring 4 and leaving the minus out, which is not what we want to do. And then minus 4, that's also a part of the formula, and then times our A, and then times our C. A in our case is 1, so we put 1 here, and then C is negative 12, so negative 12 goes here. Okay, and then we have 2 times A, and again A is 1, so this is 2 times 1. So now this becomes, we need to simplify it, and then it becomes something a little bit more organized. So negative 4 will give us 4, and then we have our plus minus. And the plus minus is there because the square root is going to give us 2 answers, 1 positive, 1 negative. And then negative 4 squared is 16. And then negative 4 times 1 times negative 12 is 48. So positive 48, so that's plus 48. And all of that is under the root. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Now 16 plus 48, that's equal to 64. So we have x equals to 4 plus minus square root of 64, all divided by 2. And then square root of 64 is 8. So we have 4 plus minus 8. And then divide by 2. Now, to get our two answers, we just need to simplify this. And then use, to split the answers, we would use plus once, and we would use the minus the other time. So let's use plus first. So x equals 4 plus 8 divided by 2. So this is 4 plus 8 divided by 2 gives us 6. So that's one of the answers. And then if we use the negative this time, so this is 4 minus 8 divided by 2. So that becomes negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2. That's our second answer. So we have two answers. And our problem was x squared minus 12 equals 4x. If we got the answers like this that are integers, then that tells us that we could have factored this and then solve it by factoring. And we do have a video on solving by factoring, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. I appreciate you watching the video. If you like it, click subscribe, click like, and don't forget to smile.